Rick Lagina reveals it all. Good evening, everybody. My name is Perry Pepple, and this afternoon I have an interview with Rick Lagina. He has seen my video, The Quirks of Oak Island, and now he wants to confess. I told him I am not a priest, but I'll do my best. Hello, Rick. How are you? I'm fine, Perry. Thank you for seeing me. I appreciate it. And how are you? I'm fine too, but I see something different about you. Didn't you have much more hair before? Yes, that's one of the things I want to confess. You know, when you wear a full wig of thick brown hair, with not a single grey hair in it, then you can get away with it when you are 50 or even 60. But I'm 72 years old now, and more people are beginning to wonder, so it's time to confess. I've been wearing a wig all these years. Ah, well, a bald head is now in fashion, and a beard too. Several other members of the crew of the Curse of Oak Island are also bald. You now look like a professor. Ah, thank you, Perry. I also want to confess several things about the Curse of Oak Island. After your video, The Quirks of Oak Island, all the untruths were weighing heavily on my conscience, and I want to make a clean sweep. Ah, and what untruths do you have in mind then? Well, I can't name them all. That would take too long. But I want to mention a few so you have an idea. I'll begin with the map of Zina Halpern. Ah, yes, she was the writer who died at 88 years old. Well, yeah, but in fact she only wrote one book in her life in 2017, at the age of 87. It is called The Templar Mission to Oak Island and Beyond. Search for Ancient Secrets, the shocking revelations of a 12th century manuscript. The book is full of very blurry photos and copies of documents. She in fact didn't see any original document. Jason Colavito says about the book, from her writing it is clear that she is not a reliable narrator. She is suffused with conspiracy theories and appears quite credulous and gullible. I am afraid this book is sad rather than interesting because of it, and I wish the History Channel and the Curse of Oak Island had not exploited her. Really? But what about the map of her? Well, she presented the map to us in 2016. On it was a drawing of Oak Island and a French text. This map is also in the book, but it's clearly a very modern drawing, and the French text contains numerous grammatical errors and anachronisms, suggesting the map is likely a modern forgery rather than based on an authentic historical document. Nevertheless, we presented it to the viewers as an authentic document. That was deplorable. Ah, yes, it doesn't sound very professional. Then there are the objects found in the ground with a metal detector. An experienced detectorist on the internet says, for instance, about the Spanish 17th century coin of 8 maravedis, that such a coin, coming from a salt bog environment, will not look as clean as that. He is certain that this coin is planted, and he believes the same goes for many other metal finds on the island. Also, others have doubts about the metal finds. And what do you think? Are some of the finds planted by the producers? Yes, it looks like it. I've heard very convincing arguments for that. Also, Gary has the habit to mark the spots with flags, when he hears the signal and then later goes back to dig it up. In the meantime, anybody can plant a vine there, and I think that is exactly what has been done in many cases. Yes, planting flags seems suspicious to me. And then there is the euphoric cheering about the gold and silver in the water. But in fact, it was a very low concentration and just natural. It was much less than there is in soil that's profitable for a professional gold miner. A professional gold miner wants a concentration that's more than 500 times higher, but it has nothing to do with the buried treasure, although everybody on the show was suggesting that. It was really wrong to do that. Yes, gold doesn't dissolve in water. Most people know that. So a lot of viewers knew that this was a big fat lie. It's very good of you to confess that. Yes, but the professional credibility of the geologists on the team is in ruins. However, I think they got some extra money from the producers to compensate that. Yes, more money is not a problem, it seems. How much are they paying you for every show? Well, they pay me $100,000 for each show, so every season I get $2 million. So they paid you well over $20 million until now. It must be very profitable to produce TV shows. Yes, that's why they want to make as many shows as possible. That seems a good thing, but telling lies to the viewer is unacceptable. That's why I wanted to confess this. Okay, Rick, thank you for this enlightening interview. Goodbye. Well, viewers, if you believe in buried treasure, then this kind of evidence is not really helping, is it? Somebody said a long time ago, the world wants to be deceived. Do you want to be deceived? Or are you getting wiser? You can fool some of the people all of the time, and you can fool all of the people some of the time. But you cannot fool all of the people all of the time. This was the confession of Rick Lagina. My name is the Perry Pepple. Thank you for watching.